say good night to the people of the Caribbean, Guyanese in particular of the Caribbean, and friends of Guyanese in the Caribbean, and also for those in the diaspora, America, Canada, England, Australia, wherever this broadcast goes. You see, whenever I start smiling like this, sometimes I don't like myself when I'm done because I smile because of their worthlessness. But share this life. And if you can hear me clearly, indicate. Just give me a thumbs up and let me see if you can hear me clearly. If I'm loud and clear, let me. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sally, thank you. Mike, Soma, thank you very much. You know, over the past few days, our president and government ministers are going from places to places, including Linden the other day. Imagine they came to Linden and they did the signing, the bridge ceremony, where a new 4-lane bridge will be constructed across the Delaware River right here in Linden, linking Wisma and Mackenzie. You know something? With Linden, this place called Linden is perhaps the only community that a river has passed right through the middle. And the place, the name remains the same, Linden. You know, Linden. If a river passed through another community, the name changes. Like Rosignol and New Amsterdam, river passing through, it splits the community. And you have two different names on different side of the bank. But here, in this town, the river passed right through, and it's Linden. And if you go further up, on each side of the bank, you have different names. And before you get to Linden, it's different name on either side of the bank. You see how special this place Linden is? But people just hardly recognize these little facts. Well, I'm a resident of Linden for more than 30 years now. Proud resident of Linden. Migrated from Buxton because of relationship and marriage, and I am Lindener by nationality, by nationalization or by citizenship. Lindener by citizenship. And when I speak, I don't speak of anywhere else, you know. I speak of Linden. So I'm saying that the president and the ministers of government are all over the country commissioning this and signing bridge ceremony. They were in New Amsterdam today, where they had a ceremony, signing ceremony and turning of the soil for a brand new hospital in New Amsterdam. And I mean, it is early days yet in 2024. This is we can say the first week in 2024, and we have already embarked on some programs that will, you know, put the government in a good light, in a very good light. Now, we have some opposition naysayers, social media influencers that don't know the place They don't know the place. When you have the likes of Rickford Burke, who is practically done for, his credibility would have been destroyed. Two men approached him, or one man approached him, served him with a summons for the court, and he jumped on social media and tell the world that the PPP sent 2 gunmen at his premises. I don't know how these guys really living in this modern technological advanced era where everything they lied, and in a split second it can be fact checked. Fact check. And with video evidence of their lies. Video evidence of their lies. So Rickford Burke tells the world that the PPP government sent 2 gunmen at his premises. And when you look at the videos, nothing of the sort. These guys don't learn. These guys don't learn from this kind of behavior. Now, the president is all over Guyana. Excuse me. Talking about what the government has done in the last 3 years as compared to what the APNU did for the 5 years from 2015 to 2020. And when you do the comparison, it is like comparing chalk to cheese. Chalk to cheese. And these guys are scrambling. Like the old saying, that a drowning rat would clutch at a straw. Clutch at a straw. And there is no stopping with them. Look, I'm here specifically tonight to debunk lies that Mark Benchop would have sat Friday night on his radio program to tell lies more than anything. My brothers and sisters, now, he called my name. But the thing is, Mark Benchop and all of the other PNC, APNU, social media influencers, they have all blocked me. I don't ever see when these guys say anything about me, unless somebody comes directly to me and show me on their phone. Well, this is what, and it doesn't make sense to block anybody in this modern technological era. Because for me, who have two cell phones, and I can have multiple Facebook accounts, only Mark Zuckerberg has the privilege and the right to stop me from creating accounts in different names, fake accounts like all the other social media influencers who have fake accounts all over the place. So when Mark Benchop and David Hines and Rickford Burke and this idiot in London, imagine this man borrow money and I borrow money from me and I just don't remember, you know. Norman Brown. All of these guys block me. You name the social media influencer on the APNU side. They block me. Every single one of them. But they think they block me. I don't get the time to follow them up. I don't get the time to follow them up. But I want you to hear this. I get fake account like them too. And if you want to see something, you just type in the name and you get it. So the whole blocking story is like a child in a big man's game that doesn't even understand that you can just go. I mean, no Mark Benchop. Single me out as a flat foot hustler. Harry, flat foot hustler like a Connie Blair. Working at the school as a supervisor, as a foreman, or whatever he calls himself. I didn't call myself. I was given a position to work. I didn't call myself. And what Mark Benchop did is present a picture. And I tell you, when I look at what he presented, that the government of Guyana and the contractors would have embarked upon from the time the worker started to now, these guys are truly dull. Because any given moment, you can fact check this thing. So I went to my phone to get the last set of pictures that I took at the school. And I will give you a view from the last time I took the pictures to debunk what Mark Benchop put up to say that was the work done at the school. And I will go into some serious explanation. Let me give you exhibit number 1. This is the administrative block of the school. I shall give you exhibit number 2. This is the western block of the school. Number 3, southern, and this block is trapped between what you call the gymnasium. The gymnasium is almost the full length of the southern block. As we go further, and this is when you get in the actual arena, the center arena. Now, why I show you this particular picture, and I will explain to you why I showed this particular picture. I will show you another one. This is the gymnasium. The gymnasium again. Okay. So I showed you a picture. For clarity, let me go back to that picture. This picture. This picture is actually the primary school. This picture is actually the nursery school that was built by the APNU just outside of the current primary school that is being built. Let me see, I have a short 30 seconds video. You will look at this video, and I'm doing this for clarity. So we are through with that. Now, what I'm saying to you now, people, I want you to hear me clearly. I showed you this nursery school that is in the other compound, just where the primary school is being built. Today, as I speak to you, the Amelius Ward Bamian Primary School that is being housed in the compound, in the building of the Amelius Ward Bamian Nursery School. The primary school today has a grade 6 of 17 children. The last grade 6 that they had that wrote common entrance, the last grade 6, it was nine children who wrote the common entrance from that grade 6. Why I say this to you, this community is a very new community with not a whole lot of children in the community. This primary school that is being built today by the government of Guyana, the visionary thinking of the government of Guyana, this primary school is being built with a projection in mind. It is right in the vicinity where the primary school is being built today, that the government is going to be building 1,000 new homes for residents in this Linden. Right close by, 1,000 homes are going to be built. So this brand new elaborate primary school that is being built, it is built with a projection to take off. Children that are going to come from the nearby community when those homes are being built. Today, the children in the community cannot even fill the building of the nursery school along with the nursery children. Along with the nursery children. It is not as to say that these children, parents and all, are in this dire need for this massive building that we are putting down. But it's because of the visionary thinking of the PPP that allows us to put down this type of infrastructure, because every single thing intertwined. What sense does it make to put down 1,000 homes and then you have to go looking for school for 3,000 children? What sense does it make? So we are putting in the infrastructure now, the educational part of the infrastructure. We're doing it now in anticipation of all of those houses that are going to host so many children in the near future. And that is why it is being done. It's not because the APNU making noise over the school and the school and the school. It's nothing like that. They had an opportunity. They built a nursery school right in that community. And what they did, they allow for the nursery and the primary to merge right into that building because they lack the vision. They didn't see the expansion. When you ask Valerie Patterson, Yearwood Sharp, when you ask her then about lands They say all the land in Linden done. Those were the sentiments coming out of the APNU, AFC. Those were the sentiments. They said that all of the lands in Linden are done. And there were no more lands left for constructions of homes. No more lands left for the distribution of house lots. No more. And after they demitted office, well, not demit, throw out the office, because they tried to rig an election that should have finished on the 2nd of March, right into August 1st. They tried to rig an election. For 5 months, they hold on, knowing damn well that they lose an election. And after they were thrown out of office, you know what happened? The PPP find lands. Enough lands. Enough lands the PPP find so that we can do 1,000 homes. 1,000 homes. And the PPP wouldn't stop there. The PPP wouldn't stop there. Brothers and sisters, Mark Benchop and these guys are just a bunch of losers. Useless, you losers. Lies. And I mean, if you tell a simple truth, nobody can deny it. Nobody can fact check it. But it is in their DNA to lie at every juncture. To lie at every juncture. And you know me, I'm doing point blank. And if you're going to be shooting from that close, you can't tell a lie. You can't tell a lie. You have got to be straight and direct, because when you're on point blank, you don't miss. Tag Mark Benchop for me. Tag him. Tell him I've just destroyed his lies. You know, he said to the people on his program that the PPP has done nothing for the people of Linden in 23 years. He said that. He said for 23 years the PPP did nothing for the people of Linden. Brothers and sisters, let us examine the Wismar-Mackenzie Bridge that is being used today. That bridge was built by Denver. Let us examine the Watuka House. The Watuka House was built by Denver. Let us examine the Mackenzie Sports Club. The Mackenzie Sports Club was built by Denver. Let us examine the Mackenzie Swimming Pool. The Mackenzie Swimming Pool was built by Denver. Let us look at the whole hospital. The whole hospital was also built by Denver. My brothers, my sisters, I will start with the old hospital that was replaced by a spanking new hospital built by the PPP right here in Linden. Right here in Linden. You see, everything the APNU led by the PNC claim in Linden, it was built by Denver. Let me give them their credit. That the multilateral school was built by the PNC. Bornum, I think he built 6 multilateral schools all across Guyana. So it was nothing special to Linden. Nothing special. But the PPP built Amelia's Ward, Linden Foundation School built by the PPP. You want me to go further? New Silver City Secondary built by the PPP. You want me to go a little deeper? When Burnham Drive was in its worst shape, the largest potholes you can think about, rebuilt by the PPP. And when you think they have people like benchop who wants to sit and say to us that the PPP did nothing in 23 years, look them in the face and tell them that the expansion of the Amelia's Ward housing scheme started in 1994 under the PPP Civic. Let them know that. Let them know that. The expansion of the largest housing scheme in the Caribbean was built by the PPPC. And then you will say to us that the PPP did nothing in 23 years when they were in power. Well, let me tell you something. If the PPP did nothing in 23 years, we are here to rewrite that history. And that is why today, day before yesterday, it was day before yesterday, Friday, day before yesterday, we had the signing of a brand new 4-lane bridge across the Demawara River, linking Wismar to Mackenzie. You know, the Granger administration had an opportunity to do something spectacular for Linden when it was the centenary year for bauxite in this town. Bosai, the Chinese company that is here doing bauxite in Linden, asked the administration what did they want. They asked them to make a request for what they want as a gift from the bauxite company to the town of Linden. And Granger and his cabinet deliberated. A whole cabinet session. And they come out of there satisfied that an arch was needed in Linden. An arch was needed. So they put forward that to the Chinese. And they said an arch. And the Chinese said right away, in 6 weeks, the arch was delivered. Undirected. Today, we have here in our tongue a beautiful arch donated by the Chinese to the government of Guyana, led by Granger. A beautiful arch. You can't miss it. As you approach the most dilapidated bridge, you make the right turn to the most dilapidated bridge. It's a beautiful arch donated. And if you make the left turn to a state-of-the-art hospital built by the PPP under the Borough Jack Dio tenure, an arch is there, guiding you the way to the bridge and to the hospital. You know, when you're giving directions to the hospital to somebody who doesn't know, you tell them to drive that road straight. And when you get to the arch, you make a left turn and you cannot miss the hospital. It's there for all to see. But the arch is the landmark. The arch is the landmark between Wismar and Mackenzie. Because if you ask where the bridge is, you tell them get to the arch and make a right turn. And you will be right there at the bridge. You pay your toll and you go over. Now, word come back. Them Chinese say this government is a backward and a stupid government led by Granger. They deliberate at a whole cabinet for come back and tell me large. The Chinese, they say, look at the roads in the community. Them ain't got no roads. It's what these people really think. Them ain't got no sense. The Chinese were prepared because they felt to themselves that the PPP, they felt to themselves that the APNU were going to ask them to build a new bridge or to resurface at least 2,000 kilometers of road desperately needed in this town of Linden. Brothers and sisters, for the first time in the history of this town, this mining town, so many roads are being resurfaced. Where is Mark Benchop? Where is Mark Benchop? Mark Benchop hasn't been to Guyana ever since. Mark Benchop running from a jumbie, a flat-foot hustler who took his wife from him. Of all the things that took your wife a jumbie, you make a jumbie frighten you. You can't even come back to your homeland. Running your mouth from abroad. Where is Mark Benchop? No jumbie can frighten me. I go and I buy a piece of acifesito at the Stabrook at the big market or border market or wherever I could find piece of acifesito and put it in my head. No jumbie can come wrong me. You make a jumbie dismantle you and you call him people. And if you and the jumbie a flat-foot hustler. A jumbie that is a flat-foot hustler dismantle you. No wonder you get hiccups with flat-foot hustlers. But I ain't a jumbie. I different. I different. You see, the jumbie there upon you so much you can't recover. You're frightened. You're frightened something. I would buy you a plane ticket tomorrow and invite you to Guyana. I bet you don't take up my offer. You will not take up my offer. I am offering you a plane ticket, first class. I bet you won't take up my offer. You know why? Because jumbie at the airport. Jumbie at the airport. You can't come through there. You frightened jumbie. But no. No. You want to sit and beg people for money in the name of sponsorship on a program. And then you want to call names. But you just make a mistake. Come home. Christopher Jones said the thing one jarre. He said the thing one jarre. Come home and let Christopher Jones jarre you. Because no jumbie ain't supposed to frighten you. You're supposed to beat a jumbie like, whoa. Brothers and sisters, enough. Enough of Mark Benchop. I'm going to show you a post. I spoke about this before. Never in my wildest dreams I thought that this would have materialized so quickly. It's an old post, but it has an effect. Look at this. This is an APNU plus AFC list of candidates, presumably candidates, in their mind, in their thinking. They're looking at their candidates for the next regional and general elections. My brothers and sisters, on that list, would you believe it? I said it right here on point blank. Right here on point blank on that list. There is no Aubrey Norton. No Aubrey Norton. This is unbelievable. but real. This is real time that Aubrey Norton has been left behind. Have been left behind. When Granger became the president of Guyana, I said that Granger was a very weak leader. And in all his demonstration and utterances, he demonstrates weakness because he achieved nothing. Weakness to the point where a no confidence motion slapped the PNC and APNU plus AFC. Norton became the leader of the PNC in a race where Granger was not nominated for any position. In a race where Norton dominated more than 2/3 of the votes to become the leader of his party. Many people believe that Norton was a breath of fresh air. Right here on point blank, I said that was perhaps the biggest mistake of the PNC to nominate Norton as the leader. Week after week after week after week, the General Secretary of the PPP, Dr. Bar Jagdeo, will talk about this Lilliputian called Norton. The Lilliputian. Look how they ain't get no regards or respect for him. The bell has not even sounded for elections, and they have already put out their intentions are clear. And this is what we are going to do, and you are not a part of it. I have advice for you, Norton. Quit them now. Quit now. Don't wait to see what's going on. Only a Trinidadian just played dead to catch Kobo alive. Well, Cannon Crow. You play dead to catch Cannon Crow alive. It is bright in your face. They have put it in the open. Your name has not been featured. Just the way Granger was treated, you are feeling the very heat that Granger felt when he was not nominated for anything in the leadership of the party. Your days are over, Norton. And it's time for you to go. Don't wait any further. If you go now, you save yourself the dignity. You restore some dignity. I mean, you make a lot of mistakes. Right now, you're low key and honest, so it is time to bow out. Bow out. Citing unforeseen circumstances. Make up some kind of excuse. The people will understand. You need to go, and you need to go now. You need to go now. There is no place for you. While the PPP is gathering mass all over the country, doing well in every regard, every single thing the PPP touches right now turns to gold. Everything that touches turns to gold. There is not a single community in this country who can raise their head and say that we have not been given our fair share. Every single community is being blessed one way or the other. Every single community. When you have a president like Mohammed Irfan Ali who doesn't discriminate, what more can you do? A vice president like the Honorable Dr. Bharat Jagdeo. You know, sometimes when I hear these guys calling Bharat Jagdeo name Bharat Jagdeo with such disregard, disrespect, a man who Guyana can ill afford to lose at this point in time. Sometimes I just feel to myself that I will take a bullet for the vice president. You know why I would say so? This country cannot do without the vice president at the moment. They could do without me. I telling you, I know they could do without me. They can't do without the vice president. And when I hear people talk about the vice president sometimes in the most violent, callous way, can you imagine the anger that rips through me when these guys talk sometimes? But you know why? Don't worry with the Mark Benchops and the Rickford Burke and Norman Brown and them. They talk from afar. They cannot come here and make any impact. As a matter of fact, if Rickford Burke only touched foot in this country, he got to jail right away. A court case is awaiting him. Awaits him. Starts in March. Come home and defend your innocence. Come home, you scammer, and defend your innocence. Come home. You're wanted in the courts of Guyana. What is he charged? Extortion. Extorting businessmen. It is alleged that you're extorting businessmen. You're being charged. And the summons await, and you have been served the summons. Your court date is sometime in March. Come home. Come home. Your people needs your leadership. Come home. Your name should have been on the list. That Risedale Ford and them took up there. Your name should have been on the list. You get representation. The husband of Cathy Hughes is on that list too. He will represent you for free. Come home. Based on what you tout all across social media, that you are what? Who you say you are? A legal aid, the international legal aid. Come home and face your charges. Defend yourself. You can work with your best lawyers from America, or come home and get your best lawyer in Guyana. Mr. Nigel Hughes. He is the sure defender of those criminals on the other side. Half man, round up to 34. Half man, Nigel Hughes. That's the man who created chaos in this country as it relates to the no confidence motion right into the election. Half man, round up. Round up, man. Wife sits as a minister of government and have her company, of our ministry give our company all the work. That's the kind of people we're dealing with. Them people that lack integrity. You know what is integrity? It's the ability to behave decent when people ain't seeing you. That is the integrity. Now, boy, when the lights off, them bad like yours. Them ain't get time. Them do anything when the lights are off. When the light turn on back on them, all hell broke loose. Come home. Norman Brown, come home. The people need leadership down here. Come home. Come and win an election and get a senior position. All enough talk while you're talking from the diaspora. God forbid that elections fall, the elections results fall in favor of the AP and you. All these things you nothing forget. All you talking from far, it make no sense. Come home. But maybe all you're right, all you know that there is no hope. No hope. Look at the Mackenzie Sports Club today. Look at the Mackenzie Sports Club today. Perhaps one of the best playing surface for any type of ball game. Look at the ground in Guyana. And you know, if it is rated as the best in Guyana, it is well rated in the Caribbean. As a young boy, I used to go to Bordeaux to watch cricket. And when Christopher Martin Jenkins, I think he's an Australian commentator, whenever he's going to comment, whenever it's commentary, he will say, look at this ground. Look at this ground. This is Bordeaux. He's saying the ground is so lush green. It looks like a billiard table. He said this ground is the best ground in the world after Melbourne. Christopher Martin Jenkins rates Bordeaux at that time as one of the best ground, as the best ground in the world after Melbourne in Australia. And then the very next year, England tours Guyana. And Henry Bowfell, English commentator, he said, my word, this ground is unbelievable. I cannot think of any ground in the world, with the exception of Lord's, that matches Bordeaux. I was 12 years old. And I remember though. And when they said that, both of them said to me that indeed Bordeaux was the best cricket ground in the world. But let me tell you something. I tell you that to say that the Mackenzie Sports Club ground today is looking better than what Bordeaux used to look like then. And the work isn't done yet. The work isn't done yet. Can you imagine when the ground is completed? What would it be like? As I speak, the main pavilion is being torn down at the moment. The rubble is being removed and a brand new stand will be erected there. And it will be to the delight of all Lindeners. It will be to the delight of every single person in Region 10. It will be to the delight of the people of Guyana by extension. Can you imagine a CPL game coming to Linden? Coming to Linden, a CPL game. Can you imagine a West Indies under 19 games as a matter of fact, scheduled to play here in Linden? Can you imagine West Indies under 15 tournament played in Guyana and games are being played at the Mackenzie Sports Club? That is the vision. That is the vision. To the naysayers who all are crying out, why the ground must be upgraded to ICC standard? Because we want under 15 cricketers from Linden to have an opportunity to play in an under 15 West Indies tournament. So that is why we're giving them the facility. We're giving them the facility so we can develop cricketers right here. As a matter of fact, it is my prediction that within 10 to 15 years, we will have players out of Linden who are playing the CPL and the IPL. And that is vision. That is vision. And a lot of people are talking about football and football. I'm in football. I'm in administration of football. Football, football will be played in Linden. That cannot stop for nothing. And that is why in the center of the synthetic track, the lights around the synthetic track will be beaming down on the football square. That will be the mecca of football in this region. And so many other football grounds are being developed. Cricket sometimes just have one ground in a massive community. But when one guy breaks through, look at the likes of Sheffield Rutherford and Shamar Joseph and these guys. All these guys wanted was an opportunity. And if there is no facility, there will be no facility. No facility, there will be no opportunity. And that is why the visionary leadership of the sports minister, the sports chairman, and the director of sports, along with the president and the government of Guyana, made the decision to utilize the Mackenzie Sports Club as a premier cricket facility with an intention of playing all other sports now and then. Now and then, but cricket, yes, cricket. Nobody can fool you, can't fool me. When you look at how the ground is being developed, it's cricket, and it is good. It's good. Young stars from Linden, for the first time, will have an opportunity at a facility that will be world class to suit the sports that they longing for. You know how much football play at Mackenzie Sports Club? What's the farthest a footballer has ever gotten out of Linden? What's the farthest? Lily Pollard and Collie Hercules, Coyote McKinnon. These guys ain't playing no Premier League. Football has failed in Linden. It's a sport that everybody loves. Everybody loves. But when you look at the advancement, football has failed. You put a world-class cricket facility there. Cricket will never fail Linden. Never fail Linden. You will see the lights of the Basil Butchers and the Orange Gardens. You will see. And Garden gone on about it. You can't stay away from them. Why you think he ain't saying nothing? That facility is being developed to his delight. Wolf? The wolf will be there. You know, people y'all know, but Orange Garden nickname is Wolf. And he got a nickname as a cricketer, you know. He used to play a lot of cricket. He played Guyana under 19 in the Benson and Edges. I think he make a Guyana senior team, take up a couple of wickets or something. Not much. He more focused on his studies at QC, and he went Jamaica and thing and study and so. But he played cricket, and he did well coming out of Buxton. You know, he break up a lot of windows for my grandmother. Because we used to bowl tea between the strip in the yard. We had a concrete strip. We used to bat them, break up my grandmother's window and thing or so. I cry out, oh, what Eric, what are you doing, Eric? Every minute, Eric. Anyhow, people, tonight I cleared the air on some things. And I want each and every one of you to join in the fight to ensuring that quality is delivered as the government of Guyana give out these contracts and projects. We must hold these contractors accountable, and quality must be the hallmark. Quality must be the hallmark. Quality. So join with the fight. You know, the politics is one thing, but the development of our country must be tantamount. Must be. And regardless of which side of the aisle you sit, you must ensure that the quality of the work is of its highest. I would just like to thank the President, the Vice President and Cabinet, the Prime Minister, each and everyone who is putting in the effort to ensuring that Guyana registers itself on an international level. On an international level. And that we benefit from what is given to us what is given to us by God. Oh, and tell her something. I see Guyana get a patrol vessel on test named Metal Shark in the waters. People are telling us something. I'm glad that the government has listened to me through point blank, you know. I am calling for the militarization of this country. Huge investment. No matter how much money you spend in the investment right now for this country, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Spend big money and let the opposition criticize you. You can't go wrong. They will criticize you to their detriment. Brothers and sisters, tonight I would like to say thank you very much for all those who stayed. And thanks in advance for those who are going to listen to this program after. As customary, I will say that our country is too rich to have poor people. And I would really like for programs and more programs to be set out where we can meet poor people in every pocket, in every facet of society. When you look at our country's wealth, our gold, diamond, bauxite, timber, rice, sugar, we can go on and on, not to mention our oil and gas. We just need equitable distribution and for a government that shows so much care already to continue to do a work. You know, I like to say that we would have tried everything in the books with the exception of unity. And we continue to be disunited. I don't know where that is getting us. And for how long more we will stay disunited. But the longer we stay disunited, we are going to continue to be shortchanged. Unity must be our watchword. Brothers and sisters, again, it was nice being here, and I'll be here on Wednesday night on Point Blank Calling. Wednesdays. See you. Peace out and God bless. Thanks.